Good evening. How are we tonight? I will wait a few minutes for a few people to pop on. Hopefully we'll have a few people join us live. If not, you'll get to do this whenever you get to do this. So this is day 5. Wow. Day 5. And it's the Fab 5 tonight. Day 5 for Fab 5. Yes, sirree. I'm going to wait just a little longer to see if anyone pops on. Just wondering how everyone slept last night. How did you make out after your vagus nerve work? I know I slept wonderfully. Yeah, that cold plunge. I'll be doing that again. That felt fantastic. Woke up with no headache, no neck pain. Yes, it was great. So we'll see if a few more people pop on. If not, we'll get started right away. Yeah, so I'm just wondering how you all made out last night with your vagus nerve. And if it was toned and normalized and gave you that calming sleep, hopefully. Maybe it might take a few more efforts. One time sometimes doesn't do it all, but you never know. Okay, I think we'll get started. So, welcome to, once again, 9 and Feeling Fine, day 5, as I mentioned, and it's the Fab 5 tonight. So we will be doing, and hopefully I will not forget this time to do your actual treatment like I did last night. I don't know if you caught it, but I did pop back on and do the treatment of your vagus nerve for everybody that was with me live and anyone who might be seeing it at a later time. So what I did is I made up a sheet, a little card to remind me to do it, because I get caught up in these little self-treatments, and I'm getting treated as well when we do these self-treatments. It might just went out of my head. So anyway, it's there for you to enjoy at any time. As I mentioned, it's the Fab 5 night. Yes, it is. Fab 5. What is that? A lot of you already know what the Fab 5 is, but some of you, it'll be a first introduction to it. And we will, at the end, do a healing treatment where I help you clear any emotions that might be stuck in the group's aura field or in their body. So as always, I've been talking a lot today. It was clinic day today, so that's why my voice is a little Kathleen Turner-like, a little raspy, or maybe it's my vagus nerve. We learned that last night, didn't we? Could be. Okay, as always, I like to pick up a new sheet on the reasons or the symptoms of a dysfunctional autonomic nervous system, a dysfunctional nervous system. Because I got to tell you, talking about it with people in the clinic today, a lot of people kind of gave me the impression they don't have any problems. And I'm thinking, yeah, yes you do. I can feel it in your tissues. I can feel all that chronic pain that you have, and that digestive issues that you have, and the sleep issues that you're coming in and telling me about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Guess what? That all has draws you back to a dysfunctional nervous system. Is it the only reason? May not be. You know, that chronic neck pain that you have might be something that's, happens to be an osteopathic lesion there today. But a lot of times it comes back to that dysfunctional nervous system. So I was quite surprised that a lot of people, not even on their radar. So I applaud you people that are with me tonight, because guess what? I know that you're with me tonight and you know it's on your radar. And you're looking to heal it, right? Like me. That's why I did this. That's why I'm doing these 9 nights. I'm diving into this deep dive to make sure that I learn and then pass it on to you what it's like, what it's like to feel like to have a dysfunctional nervous system, but how to help it. So, signs that your nervous system is dysfunctional. I want to make sure I don't, because I know I kind of wander sometimes and this moves. So the dysfunctional nervous system has varying degrees to all poor health states, but some signs can include blood pressure and heart rate dysregulation, especially upon standing or seated or lying position. How many times, I'm a little dizzy when I stand up, but that's just my blood pressure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's your vagus nerve that's off. Lightheadedness, dizziness, and a propensity to faint easily. Vasovagal. Vagal nerve. Ding, 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 ding. Some of you people might have had a vasovagal response. John's had a few. I've had a few. I have some patients that have had some. Well, what can I do about it? The doctor says, no, nothing you can do about it. Yes, there is. Tone your vagus nerve. Digestive issues such as reoccurring SIBO, as I've mentioned many times before, diarrhea, constipation, any digestive issues can be caused by a dysfunctional nervous system. Poor blood sugar regulation that does not respond to other interventions. So if you're diabetic, maybe this will help that autonomic nervous system, or autoimmune disease. I was talking about that with one of my patients today. Autoimmune disease, yes, I have one of Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid. Diabetes is an autoimmune disease. Many out there, MS, Crohn's, colitis, all of those are autoimmune. And I'm not saying that curing your nervous system is going to cure it, but I'm going to tell you it's going to give you a big boost towards the health of that. Yes, it will. This is one that I definitely have noticed. Frequent urination, especially at night. Oh yeah, I'm up a few times at night, and I knew that was something going on there. That's my nervous system, a little bit overactivated. Brain fog and ADHD, frequent hunger despite eating ample amounts of food. I don't really have that. It's not one of my issues. Chronically sore upper back, shoulders, neck that do not respond to other interventions. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, sirree, that's me. And it's treated a lot of times. I can treat it myself. I go to an osteopath. No, just doesn't seem to want to totally settle. Now, I do have a lot of arthritis, which is also an autoimmune disease. Yes, it is. Rheumatoid arthritis. So, hopefully this will solve it. I know that face plunge really helped me last night. Chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, chronic immune activation, autoimmune conditions. Just mentioned that. Inability to heal a leaky gut despite huge interventions. Inability to overcome chronic health conditions despite huge efforts, and much, much more, as we've been sharing these different ones every night. But a lot of them are saying the same thing, right? This is why we're doing this. We're here to try to regulate our nervous system. Now, some of you may have heard of what's called the polyvagal theory. This is a simplified version. I'm going to show you a more complicated one in a sec. And once again, I will post all of these sheets in the comments tonight, later on when we finish. And if you want to print them off and make up your own manual for your nervous system, you can do that. So the polyvagal theory, very simplified. This bottom one is the one that we'd like to be in, your ventral vagal state. That's where you're promoting, you're involved with social engagement and connection. You're calm, you're cool, everything is running smoothly. That's where we would like to be. Now, are we in that 100% of the time? It's very, very rare. Often we sneak up, is that the right way? No. Often we sneak up to this side, which is the sympathetic state. And that's what activates your fight, flight, freeze. It's when we stay in this sympathetic state, that's when this becomes a problem. Because then we move over to dorsal vagal state, which is associated with immobilization, shutdown, linked to trauma, extreme stress, PTSD, etc., etc. And that's unfortunately where I'm in. And I'm working very hard to get it down to here. This is why I'm doing this, and hopefully share some information for you. Now this is the more complicated version of the polyvagal theory, but this is where we want to be, and it's okay to kind of go up and down into fight or flight, but the key is to come back down. Go up and come back down, up and come back down. It's when we get up there and we stay there for extended periods, that's when you fall into dorsal vagal. And that is not healthy. At that state, you're going to have a lot of issues with heart rate and blood pressure and temperature and eye contact and social behavior and immune responses, depression, anxiety, hopelessness. Many feel trapped when they're in that state. And a big one was, for me, was finding out and when you're in this state for long periods of time, guess what you store? Body fat. Yeah, unfortunately. Yes, you do. And in some cases, for some people, they expend a lot of body fat, and they're those people that can't gain weight, but need to gain weight for their health. So this dorsal vagal up here is the part that we are working on to try to bring down and stay within ventral vagal and sympathetic. And you got to go up and down, and that's healthy. Not healthy when you're constantly pushing, and you get up into dorsal vagal and you end up staying there. That's not healthy. That's what we want to try to help to improve. Okay, before we get into the Fab Five, I've got some of these for you today. Yes, some stress busters. Because we've been giving you all kinds of tips to put in your tool belt, in your tool chest to start to create your practice or your protocol for your to normalize your nervous system. It's been a long day, a lot of talking, a lot of treating. Oh, anyway, I'm back. So let's review a couple that you can do like that, really quick. Because those of us that are in dorsal vagal, and a lot of you know you're out there. A lot of you out there know you're in dorsal vagal because you have many of those symptoms that we've talked about every night. You're probably in dorsal vagal. So those of us that are in that state, we have to do little snippets, stress buster breaks, if you want to call them, throughout the day. Now that doesn't mean you pull out your yoga mat and you sit in lotus position and you for 5 minutes. No, if you've got a busy day or you're in Halifax shopping and you get hit with anxiety, you can't pull out your yoga mat in the middle of the shopping mall and do for 5 minutes. You need something throughout the day that you can do little snippets, I'm going to call them stress buster breaks. So I have started doing this the last week and a half in between patients. Now, my patients do not get me nervous and upset, but I'm expending a lot when I treat people. So I need to calm my nervous system down. It doesn't make me anxious or anything. It used to, but it doesn't now. But I also need to balance my nervous system after those patients. So in between patients, I don't have a lot of time, like sometimes less than a minute. So I need to do these quick stress buster breaks. So these can be used you're in the grocery store and you start to feel a little bit of anxiousness. You're at a party, you're in the bank, you're somewhere where it's not really appropriate to do many of the other techniques that we've shown you. So the first one actually is from last night. Do you remember the vagus nerve where we laid on our back and we put our hands behind our head? Now this one, you don't have to put your hands behind your head. Say you're in the bank line and you're starting to get a little nervous. The reason you put your hand behind your head is so that you don't turn your head. Okay, in this one, we're not going to turn our head. I know last night we turned our head. This one, you don't have to lie down. You're just standing there. You're going to turn your eyes, just your eyes, to the right. And you'll hold them there. Don't turn your head, just your eyes, until you get a spontaneous breath, or a yawn, or a gurgle, or some response. And if you don't get a response, probably you've got the monkey brain going and you haven't really quieted your mind enough. Let's take it to the left now. Even if you hold it for a couple breaths, but ideally you want to get that response. There's my spontaneous breath. So that in itself, and instantly I feel calm because I was a little bit not anxious or nervous to start tonight, but I know I've had a busy day and I'm a little tired tonight. So I was hoping that my words would come out, and they haven't come out so good so far, but I'm giving it a good try. So there's one you can do anywhere at any time. Another one you could do pretty much anywhere, anytime, but if you have to go to a washroom or whatever, you can do this one. This is from my friend Janice Hutton. She gave the talk, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, Daily Mental Health Moments, I think it was called. So this one, let's give this one a try. It takes no time at all. Put your hands on your heart. You can close your eyes if you want and repeat. I am okay. I am safe. I am loved. Just need to say it once, and it calms your nervous system down. Yes, there's one stress buster. Now this one is a little more complicated, but this is the one that my physician has given me, and this is one that I do in between patients, the 1 minute stress break. It might take a little bit longer, but you just stop for a minute, and the first thing you do is you do a body check. And then, I want to make sure I'm going the right way, then you do a mood check. Okay, so the body check is, do I feel stressed? Do I feel tired? Do I feel tension anywhere? You just do a body scan. Okay, and you might want to put a little bit of attention into that tension. Then I do a mood check. Do I feel anxious? Do I feel overwhelmed? Do I feel depressed? You don't have to do anything about those feelings. Just invite them in. Accept them. Don't squash them. Don't give them a hard time that they've come along. They're here for a reason. They're here to tell you something. Just invite them in. And then you take a deep breath in. You hold that breath and you exhale slowly. And then you refocus on what you would like. Positive image, change you can stand up. If you were sitting, you could stand up. If you were standing, you could sit down. Make some kind of a change to give you a refocus. So a body check, a mood check, breath in, hold, exhale, refocus. So there you go, 1 minute stress break. You could do that anywhere. All right, last one of our little tidbits that I'm going to give you tonight before we get into a big one is, have you ever heard of havening? All right, I hadn't until I was doing research this morning. I was like, wow, or I guess it was last night, this is so cool. And it's so effective. Okay, we're going to get more into this on our last night, our movement night, because there is a little bit of movement. Have you ever heard of self-havening? Okay, this is how you do it. It's really simple. You're going to take a deep breath in, put your hands across your body like that. Make sure you can see me. Oh, you can see me. My bed's in the way here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Slide your hands down to your hands. Slide your hands down your arms to your hands. Okay, try it again. Breathe in. Exhale, slide your hands down your arms till you reach your hands. Let's do it one more time. This is called havening. Deep breath in. Exhale, slide your hands down your arms to your hands. You could do that in the mall. Nobody would notice what you're doing. You could just go off to the side somewhere and it instantly calms you down enough for you to keep going. And then keep that in mind that you probably need to get into a little wider practice on a regular basis to prevent those episodes from happening. Okay, what is the Fab Five for those of you that have never experienced this before? Some of you have. So this is Fab Five is a creation of myself, one that I developed when I was doing my thesis, and I was trying to give people, my thesis patients, some things that they could do at home to help them keep their nice calm nervous systems in between and help working towards more levels as emotions would come up, because they would come back from treatment to treatment and say, you know, that really stirred me up. I was pretty agitated after our session. And that happens, right? You know, that's the healing effect. So I created this Fab Five to teach people, and it's been quite helpful. I've been using it for many years and find it very, very helpful. So the Fab Five is find it, face it, feel it, let it flow, fill it with love, and focus on what you do want. Okay, what does all that mean? So what I typically visualize when I'm doing this, what I as a therapist sees, and you may not be able to see this, but I just wanted to let you know what I'm seeing or feeling in my hands. To me, it looks like a tangle ball of yarn, and I don't see it with my eyes open, but I can sense it. Whenever I feel an emotion that's blocked in the body, which is what we're working on tonight, is blocked emotions, to me it feels like a tangle ball yarn, and it's usually not, I mean, it can be in your field, but usually those little tangle ball yarn is throughout your body. As illustrated in this picture, as those little black dots represent where I typically can feel emotional, I'll call them cysts, but I don't want people to think, oh God, do I have a tumor? No, it's just a block of energy that's not flowing. And this is what your energy field should look like, a nice, I call it a bird cage. It should look and feel like a bird cage around you, free of any of these clumps that might be stuck. And if you can also have energy cysts or energy blockages or energy, I call them, it's like gum caught in your hair. That's what it's like, but it's in the energy flow. You can also have them in your field. Now, we won't get into that tonight because that's kind of advanced Fab Five. But once you've really mastered the Fab Five, you can take it to feeling those energetic globs of tangled balls of yarn in your field, because they can be just as affecting your whole body as anything. So the first one of Fab Five is find it. All right, so we don't need to know what it is right now. So just take a few moments here and center yourself. Let's try our grounding technique. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Now grow roots out of your feet down to the center of the earth. And ask, where am I feeling this in my body? First place that you're drawn to. For me, it was here. Okay? It might be here for you. It might be here. It might be here. It might be your belly. It might be your knee. Doesn't matter. Keep in mind, first hit is the best hit. Where am I feeling this in my body? Take your hands wherever you're feeling. Don't worry about what it is yet. Just let's find it. Let's find it in your body. Because the key with releasing emotions, it's not about just releasing it from your head, unless that's the place you were drawn from. It's releasing it from the space in your body that it's being held. Now, if you struggle with that, let's just try a little experiment. Just keep in mind what your spot is. So, I want you, have a hand here, close your eyes, and just hold your hand wherever you want. It can be the whole hand, it could be a finger, it could be a thumb. Just grab whatever you grab, all right? So 1, 2, 3, grab. Did you get something? All right? Was it your thumb? Was it your finger? Was it middle finger? Was it your ring finger? Was it your baby finger? Was it the whole hand? You don't need to figure that out. I'm going to help you in a second. All right? You just, once again, quiet your mind. Grab your hand anywhere you want, wherever you're drawn to. So I keep grabbing my index finger. What does that mean? Look at this. If you grabbed your thumb, potentially worry is on your mind. If you grabbed your index finger, it could be fear. If you grabbed your middle finger, it could be anger. If it was your ring finger, it could be sadness. If it was your baby finger, it could mean that you're trying too hard. And if you grab your whole hand, you need some nourishment. All right? That's just one of those things out there that you could try if you want. All right? So once again, where am I feeling this in my body? Boom, I'm still drawn to this space. So I've got my space. Have you got your space? So now we are going to face it. That's the second F of the Fab Five. Does that mean, okay, you go away, smarten up, go, I don't want, get out of here. No, that's not the kind of face that we're doing. This is like having a FaceTime. You know, when you have a FaceTime on your phone and you're talking to somebody and you're having a little conversation, like when I FaceTimed my son yesterday. And it's like, okay, what's it like? You know, how are you feeling? Are you enjoying your trip? Or you're basically communicating whatever this is inside your body. We're not talking about surface. By the way, I'm in green for heart chakra tonight. So let's go inside, in your mind's eye, travel inside your body. For me, I'm on the left side, so I'm probably my heart or my lung. Doesn't matter, I don't need to figure that out. All right? Now, so I'm going to have a little conversation with it. The first question I'm going to ask, and remember, the first hit is your best hit. Whatever comes up, that's your answer. Don't try to judge it and rethink it and, you know, ruminate over it. Whatever comes up first, and if nothing comes up, that's okay. You're probably just blocked. And that's all right, because this doesn't happen like that for a lot of people. It takes time, it takes practice. Okay? So we're going to ask, do you have a name? Interesting. First hit is your best hit. Was it anger? Was it fear? Was it sadness? Was it frustration? Was it the name of a person? If you got a name of a person, do you have a name? Maybe it was Sally Brown, I don't know, Susie Q. Then you've probably absorbed someone's energy and it's in there. So all you do for that is I send all that belongs to, let's say, Susie Q, all that belongs to Susie Q is in her field. And that energy that belongs to Susie goes back to her. Okay? So that's one way to get rid of energy that you might be holding that belongs to somebody else. So do you have a name? Okay, did you get something? All right, did anyone get anger? I got anger, and it's probably being held here. Probably my heart, yeah, I got heart, yes to heart. Could be heart or lung. All right, some people might have got sadness, some people might get grief, some people might have got anger, some people might get fear, whatever. Depends where you were drawn to. Here, 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 here. It doesn't really matter. But typically, Is that upside down? No, that's right side up. Typically, the lungs will hold sadness and grief. Typically, the heart will hold sadness. Typically, the liver will hold anger. Typically, the spleen and stomach will hold anxiety. Spleen will hold anxiety. And typically, the stomach will hold worry. And the intestines, or your gut, will typically hold traumas or issues from the past. But that's not typical, because I'm pretty sure mine was the heart and I got anger. So, that's different from what that chart says. So that chart isn't absolute, but typically kidneys hold fear, liver holds anger, but I'm feeling anger in my heart. Okay, those of us that got anger, and if you didn't get anger tonight, that's fine, but eventually down the road you might get anger in somewhere else. I'm going to take my pillow. That's why I got you to get a pillow. So if you didn't get anger, you could do it with us anyway, just to practice. Okay, I'm going to have to move back because you can't see me. Now, you're going to hold this pillow between your knees and your hands, like so. I'm going to go back to my seat because I can't hold it between my knees. The pillow's not big enough. I have to sit with that, but then I can't really see me that well. So I'm holding the pillow between my knees and my hands. Anger is the only emotion. In order to get it moving, and in order to get it moving, or in order to get it out of your body, you've got to get it moving. Emotion, energy and motion, emotion, is not necessarily a bad thing. When it's not in motion, then it's stuck in your body and it's creating a dysfunctional nervous system. Yes, sir. So, if it's anger, you're going to take a pillow. You're going to squeeze it with your hands and squeeze it with your knees. I'm going to take my mind's eye. I'm going to travel to that place, and I'm going to feel anger from that place. So if you didn't get anger when I asked you, where is it, do you have a name? That's okay. We're just going to do an experiment here. And I'm sure you have anger stored somewhere in your body, because most of us have had anger at some point in time. Anger's not a bad thing. It's only not unhealthy for us when it's stuck in our body. Okay, here we go. Squeeze the pillow this way. Squeeze it with your knees. You need a physical exertion to move anger out of the body. So I'm going to move to my heart. My mind's eye is going there. And I'm going to feel anger as I create this squeeze of my legs and of my arms. And I'm going to do that until I get a shift, until I feel it lighter, until I get a spontaneous breath or a yawn or a gurgle or something like that. And that's it. That's it. That's it. It's gone. Do, 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 do. Now, if you didn't have anger, say it was in your belly, say it was in your throat, say wherever you were drawn, where am I feeling this in my body? Okay, I've got a different spot now. Do you have a name? I get sadness. Sadness. So, sadness is an anger. Sadness is sadness. So in my mind's eye, I'm going to go to that space in my body, not just on the skin, but inside. And I'm going to feel sadness till I don't need to feel it anymore. So I feel it, and I feel it, and I feel it, and I feel it, and I feel it. From that space, not out here, not up here, unless that was your spot, but in here. Until I get a spontaneous breath, until I feel it gets lighter, until I feel that it's gone. If you don't feel any of that stuff, don't worry, it's very subtle. But the most people say, oh no, I can't go into sadness, I'll start crying and I'll never stop. If you need to cry, you'll cry. But if you really stay with it, if you don't just feel it and then shove it down, which a lot of people do, they feel it a little bit, they start to cry, and then they shove it down. No. Feel it till you don't need to feel it anymore. Because that's the only, that you need to feel it. You need to feel it in order to get it moving. And the move, when you feel it, that's the let it flow. It flows out of your body. The most it'll last is 90 seconds. And from my experience, when I get people to do this and really go into the spot, 10 seconds max. Not very long at all. So don't worry, you're not going to get into a situation that I'll start crying, I'll never stop. No, it's not going to happen unless you shove it down, and then it'll come out later as some other thing. Okay? So find it, face it, feel it, let it flow. Now we have an empty space. I've got an empty space here, and I've got an empty space here. Wherever you felt whatever you felt in your body, you've now got an empty space. So now we want to fill it with love and focus on what we do want. So we take the time. I've got 2 spots because I did 2 examples. So in my mind's eye, I'm traveling down to here and to here. I'm thinking of the color green because green is the healing energy of love. And I'm filling it with love, which is the highest vibration energy that we have. It's the most optimal healing energy. And then I focus on what I do want, which is a calm, centered, functional nervous system. Yeah. Awesome, eh? Let's go back a little bit. Say you were at the FaceTime. Where is it? Say you were at Face It. And you can ask, do you have a name? And it could be sadness, glad, whatever, all these emotions. You can also ask, how old are you? Now, your brain says, in my case, 67. No. Let's find a different spot. Let's try this one, okay? Ground yourself. Okay, hopefully we have a different spot. Where am I feeling this in my body? Whew, I got my gut. Right here. Okay? First hit is best hit. First hit is your best hit. Don't question it. Okay? Do you have a name? Interesting. I got sadness again. All right? And if you didn't get any name, what is she talking about? Well, I'm not hearing anything. It's those first thoughts that pop into your head. And if nothing pops into your head, it's okay. You're just blocked. It will come with practice. Then you can just fill it with love and compassion because you know you've got something in there. So, in this particular example, I know for sure it's sadness, but I'm also going to ask, how old, not how old am I, Andrea, right now, how old is this? In other words, the number that pops into my head is the age that I stored that. Now, this takes a lot of faith and practice, that you can get to that point to hear those numbers and those names in your head. I don't hear with your ears, but those first thoughts that pop into your head. Most people are like, what is she talking about? And you're all got the monkey brain, overwhelmed, and you just can't settle. That's why it's important to ground. So here we go. How old are you? I get the number 10. Oh, somebody got some numbers. 14. Yes, yes, yes. So now I've got to imagine myself as a 10-year-old from this space. So I've traveled down there. And I imagine myself as a 10-year-old. I don't have to remember if anything happened when I was 10. I just got to give that 10-year-old lots of support, love, compassion, and I'm going to get her as a 10-year-old to really feel the sadness that was created at that age in this space. Okay, so I'm going to imagine myself as 10. I'm going to imagine myself coming up to me as a 10-year-old, putting my arm around her, getting her maybe to sit beside me if she's comfortable. I'm going to encourage her to feel sadness from your belly. There we go. There's my spontaneous breath. And then you're going to encourage her to fill it with love. So as a 10-year-old, I'm filling it with love. There you go. Now don't leave her. Especially if they're 2, 3, 4, anything below 7, because 0 to 7 years are those very crucial years. Do not get up and say, okay, see you later. Wait until in your mind's eye, if you're really focusing and in that spot, in that 10-year-old, with that 10-year-old, you'll notice what she wants to do. So I'm just with her. Right now she's crying and I'm just comforting her. I can just imagine this. I can sense her doing that. And now she's getting up. And she's saying, see you later. Wait until you feel that she's okay, that she's ready to just run off and play with her friends. I know that's taking it up a notch. I know that's pushing it, but I wanted to share that with you for those of you that you have been doing Fab 5 for a while. I wanted to share that with you so that you could maybe take it to new steps. we got? Oh, I got everything mixed up here. Oh, this is why I did this. So I will remember to do it tonight. Okay. So what am I going to do for your healing tonight? I am going to connect to you as a group. And I will just connect to some emotions that I may or may not be feeling. And I will give you areas. And some of it may not be for you. Maybe it's for somebody in the group. But if the energy of the group is telling me that you need to clear this, we're going to clear it. Okay? And I will help you with it. Okay, let me get grounded. Everybody just, you can lie down if you want. You can stay seated, whatever you're comfortable with. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath, ground yourself, and connect to me. Allow let's meet in the quantum field. Connect to me in the quantum field. Okay, I've got you in my hands. I can feel this big ball of energetic blob. I'm not calling you a blob, sorry. Big energetic feeling here. Okay, so I'm going to scan the bodies of everybody. Where are you feeling this in your body? First place I'm drawn to is left kidney. So go to your left side, closer to your back. Go to your left side. Yep, you're there. You're there. Now I want you to feel fear, even if you think, I'm not fearful. What are you talking about? Just feel it. Feel it till you don't need to feel it anymore. And I will help you. I will raise the vibration of fear. My job is to raise the vibration. Because these blocked energies, in order to get them moving, you've got to raise the vibration. There it goes. There it goes. You might have taken a breath. Now fill that space with love. Fill that space with love. Good. I feel you. Yes, I can feel you filling it up. Well done, everybody. Okay, let's move to the next. Heart. So everyone go into their heart. Funnily enough, I'm hearing left ventricle. If you don't know where the left ventricle is, don't worry about it. Just think it. Your body will take you there. Left ventricle. I'll wait till everybody gets there. Left ventricle. Yep, you're there. Now stay there. From that space, feel grief. Some of you are holding grief in your left ventricle. And I'm going to expand that energy, raise the vibration to help move it, shift it. Take a deep breath when you're ready. Good. Now fill it with love. Left ventricle of the heart. Usually we're not getting that specific, but that's where it took me. I'm not going to question it. Good. Okay, let's see if we need more. Yep. Right lung. Right lung, specifically upper lobe. Your right lung has 3 lobes. You're going to the right lung upper lobe. Now, here you're holding grief. So we need to feel grief. If you start crying, that's okay. Let it flow. Do not stifle those tears. Here we go. From your right upper lobe of your right lung, you're going to feel grief. Just feel the sadness. There you go. I can see all your loved ones who have passed, and they're pulling that grief out of your lung like they're pulling cotton batting out of a vitamin bottle that you just opened up. It's just pulling it out and pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it. There you go. Beautiful. Now fill that upper lung lobe of the right lung with love. Now I just was told that's enough, so I'm just going to scan your body, just to scan your auric fields, your body, the energy of your field, to make sure that there's no areas of tangled balls. There's a couple there, one there. And I wait until I get a generic feeling like a bird cage, that everybody has their bird cage, their energetic field. There we go. Good. Good job. Okay, come on up. I'm going to disconnect you from you. I'm going to disconnect you from each other because we were all together in one consciousness in the quantum field. Now I'd like you to sit up and I'd like you to ground yourself. So feet firmly on the ground. Grow roots out of your feet down to the center of the earth. Do a little butterfly tapping. Here's another stress buster break you can do. Let's do a haven. Another haven. And one more haven. go. Yes, so that's the Fab Five, and that's something that you can do. It's not one of those ones that you can do in the mall. No, it's not one you do in the bank line. That's one that you take time to center yourself, clear your mind, really focus on what you need to do, clear those emotions out of the body. So, happened to steal this from my friend Janice. She posted this today. It's very fitting that it is February 20th, and this is the message that came up that she posted. The universe is saying to you today, listen to your intuition and trust that your higher self knows what's best for you always. Rely upon your own inner wisdom to navigate the best route for you. Was that not what I was suggesting for you when I wanted you to, where is this in my body? Do you have a name? What's your age? All of those questions get answered by your higher self, your inner ding, D-I-N-G, that Louise Hay used to call your inner ding, your innermost highest wisdom. In osteopathy, we call it the inner physician. Yeah, all of those, that's you, that's you. That's you that has this amazing ability to help you in many, many times. So thank you for joining me for Fab 5 night. Tomorrow night is tapping and acupressure points. Yeah. All right. So some of you already know how to tap. We're going to learn a very basic tapping technique, and then we're going to learn acupressure points that can calm your nervous system down. So until tomorrow night, thank you for joining me again for day 5 of feeling 9 towards feeling 5. And tonight was the Fab 5. Bye-bye.